moves up. Victor Hedman walks in, passes, Johnson scores! Unbelievable. I've never seen anything close to this, Frank.
Want to start?
Game Time Vancouver.
Episode 9. So today, a little bit different of a setup.
Am I in the shot?
Yeah, you should be.
Okay.
You're fine.
You should be fine.
Yeah.
We're reacting to the second period of the Canucks game against Tampa. We're going to be watching the game and talking at the same time.
Yeah, a little bit of multitasking. Never heard anyone.
Exactly. Canucks are winning 2-1
Against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Tampa Bay not looking so solid this year.
No Vasi, no
Yeah.
Stamkos just came back, third game to the season. So
Now, I'll preface this with I was wrong. I'm a big Vazzy hater. I always thought he was really overrated, but you see Tampa Bay without him, and they look terrible. So maybe he was really good.
he is really good. He's still
Okay,
he's
well,
still looking really good.
on this note, since we finally started, how do you guys feel about the? How do you guys? No, I'm talking about this season. The
Oh,
season's
okay.
finally started. Come on, like now that the
'Cause we
season's
had
finally
some.
started, yeah. How do you guys feel about like? Do you have any favorites right now, or you think
Yeah.
what team's gonna go farther, just judging off of their first couple games that they played?
I think the team from the if I was gonna pick one team from each conference, I think the Dallas Stars look really good, and let's go with Carolina. Carolina's defense is unrivaled.
Yeah, I think Vegas. I was really wrong about Vegas because I thought they were gonna do really bad.
But they've only played against bad teams so
You
far.
say that, but I think they're doing good for what everyone thought because they didn't get a lot of reinforcements and they're playing basically the same team as last year, if not even a little bit worse, and they're doing really good. Toronto, I think it's not living up to the hype.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Except
take
one
shots,
guy.
Bob, why don't
Except
you?
one guy, Austin Matthews, which I said in the episode last week is the second best player in the league.
It looks like you just read the TSN headlines right now. I mean, William Nylander, he's playing amazing.
Yeah, but who's the guy who's leading Toronto?
John Tavares.
Okay.
He's our captain.
I have a crazy parlay right now, and that's not looking too good. So
Yeah, that's why you don't do parlays.
Gambling is crucial to any sports.
Gambling is not crucial.
it
to
gives a little bit
life.
of an edge.
I love it.
I love it too. So what about you, Max? Have you seen any games
You know,
so far?
I actually haven't been watching as much as I should. I've been paying more attention to UFC recently
Oh,
because of a friendly face, Logan Paul, came up. You guys see his boxing match? UFC boxing, L fighting.
one of the biggest frauds of sports.
Yeah, it did not turn out good. It was.
Do you watch it?
Of course, I watched it. I watched it live. Terrible. There was no spark in it. It was all just. What? Calm down. What it was all defense, and that's it. Like there was no good shots being played. I don't know. I think it was rigged.
Who won?
Logan Paul won. But, well,
I don't think there was a winner because it got. So I don't know what round was it, but people stormed into the ring.
that was the last round. No, Logan Paul won, and what happened was people got a little heated. They started fighting. Logan Paul versus Dylan Dennis. That's the one that we watched. It was supposed to be. It was supposed to be. Well, there. It was supposed to be two sport. It was supposed to be two. Shit. What are you saying? I was listening to you.
What? I just said it was a big hit.
Oh.
No big hits here.
Dakota Joshua.
No big hits there. Oh. Some audience there.
Yeah. We're distracting all of their work.
Yeah. Everybody wants to see the game. Honestly, Vancouver's looking really good tonight, though.
Skip to the end. Show me what you're talking about.
Yeah, so it was all a lot. Dylan Dennis, I don't think he got a single shot off. That guy, it was 9 shots to 89. Logan Paul. That's how, it was only defense. He had his arms at his face the whole time. It was not, and he's like mad about it. He was talking about he's going to rip his face off, do all of this, and then he comes on and he does nothing. Like just take a little look.
Yeah, I'm watching.
Yeah. I didn't watch the fight. I just saw a clip of Dylan Dennis going to his back,
No, I saw that clip too.
Yeah, he tried to put him in an armbar or something, or the guillotine, and then that's when everybody paraded the ring there.
I mean, we can all agree Dylan Dennis looks like the biggest loser of all time. Right?
He embarrassed himself walking into that ring.
The whole scene, YouTube boxing.
Okay, but the Paul brothers, they're taking
I don't
it
think that's
seriously.
YouTube boxing anymore.
I know, but like the whole scene's kind of cringy. I mean, these people are only mad at each other because they know.
Oh, sorry.
Interrupting me. They're only mad at each other because they know they're gonna get a lot of revenue from it.
Yeah.
It's just fake internet beef. That's my bold take with.
You can say that about, I don't know. I think Logan, Jake Paul are like taking it seriously though. Oh my God, Tampa just scored
on.
That hurt.
All right.
Look at
So
that.
right here you can see he tried to take him into the guillotine there. Now, I call that a sore loser because he knew he was losing already.
Yeah.
Now, Logan Paul hit him or tried to hit him while he was on the ground. And so now he is fighting to get him disqualified because he tried to lay a hit on once the round was over.
Yeah.
Other than that, it was a great disappointment. I mean, you didn't watch the fight, so I'm not going to bring it up, but I'll shout out my boy Slim. Slim was doing good.
Sounds like you see better fights in hockey, right?
You see better fights in hockey,
they're-
even though they're taking it out.
No, they're not. You see in the NHL, they don't even go for any defense. It's all just
It's just
wailing.
punch.
To watch.
Yeah, and I think the Q, like we just discussed in past episodes, the Q took the biggest L by taking fight out of hockey.
It's true, though.
I know that sentence was just really, really rough.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's
Jordan's getting really distracted by the game.
let's talk about the game then. Do you see any key players that you should be paying attention to? Who do you think is going to get more points? What's going on through your mind right now?
The Canucks offensively pretty neutral. Defensively is where they're really sticking out this season. They actually have decent defense,
Right.
which is wonderful to watch. They're getting good goaltending, so I think it's going to be a good season. Brock Besser, it's not disappointing.
Not at
us
all.
as Canucks fans.
And
Yeah.
Tampa
And
just scored.
Tampa
We
just
just scored
scored.
again.
We are losing, as a matter of fact.
I'll be keeping my eye on Hoglander.
Yeah.
I think he's trying to prove a point to the coaches, and I think he's been playing really good so far.
Nice.
Well, I think the thing with Hoglander is he's not a bottom six guy. He doesn't fit in that as like a role player. He's got flash, and the problem is when he got his opportunities, he just couldn't score.
Yeah.
I think if you're going to play a player like him or Podkolzin, you got to play them in the top six or not at all, or like in a different league.
100%. And I think once Garland goes away, because he's going to get traded sooner or later, now you can put Hoglander in that top six,
Yeah.
and it's going to shine a lot more.
So, Gerard, what do you think about the Canucks' future as in like top wingers? You got a lot of young guys like Podkolzin, Hoglander, Lekkerimaki. I mean, Kuzmenko's not that young, but he's there. Like, who do you think the future number one, number two wingers are?
I think Kuzmenko is one of them for sure.
Okay.
I mean, Podkolzin's supposed to be one of them, but he's not turning out really well.
Yeah.
He's still marinating in the AHL, right? And you don't want that from a guy who's been in the league now 3 years, right? Hoglander, I think, I have a lot of high expectations
do you think he's
for
going to
Hoglander.
make it?
Yeah, I think so. I think once Garland's out of here and you give that top six to Hoglander, he's going to turn out really, really well.
Do you think
he's shown
Yeah. Do you
that
think
he's a
maybe
good player?
if Lekkerimaki comes, where do you think he slots in the lineup next year, or at all, if he does?
Maybe that third line.
Oh my gosh. Okay, talk about, you're saying they have a good defense.
We do.
Okay, cut to the clip, Gerardo. Once you're in post at the second period around 2 minutes and 30, 2 minutes and 50, we're getting pummeled out here. It looks like a peewee. Like
the Canucks are getting
No.
destroyed.
look at this.
Just calm down, guys.
They're all over the place.
Again, like almost.
Just calm down.
Well,
So
okay.
you're just like,
when we've had
Oh my
so
God.
Big
little.
save. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Good goaltending.
you don't
Whatever,
need
dude.
to be depending on Demko.
I want to know. I
What
want to
we
know
did.
I want to know what our percentage of possession is in this game right now.
It's probably 3%.
No, calm down, guys. You guys are very dramatic people.
Well, we're Canucks fans.
We were losing 1-0, then we were winning 2-1. Now we're losing 3-2. We've already made a 1-goal comeback in this game, so it can definitely happen. Yeah, well, I think one thing that a lot of the top teams have that the Canucks don't really have is that, like, they have most teams have 2 or 3 like elite players. I think the Canucks only have 1 elite forward,
And that is.
and that is Pettersson.
Pedersen.
I don't think anyone is near his level. Whereas you look at Tampa Bay, they have Braden Point, Kucherov, Stamkos.
We're talking about one of the best teams in the last 10 years. Tampa.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So,
Give me a team and I'll
Chicago.
Okay, come on. No, that's not fair. I would argue that on paper, maybe even Arizona has better top end talent than Vancouver.
If you mentioned Logan Cooley, like you're
No,
wrong.
I'm talking about Clayton Keller, Nick Schmaltz.
Schmaltz not elite. If you consider
Schmaltz is elite.
if you consider Schmaltz elite, like you need to consider Garland elite.
Okay, maybe we're not 32 in the league, but even Ottawa, Tim Stutzla, Claude Giroux, Brady Tkachuk, 1, 2, 3. That's their top line. That's a better top line than we have.
No,
right?
Kuzmenko Pedersen with McKayev when he comes back.
Okay.
That's great.
I don't know about that.
All right, so I just pulled up the stats of the game, and you know what? You're right. Maybe I was a bit dramatic. It's not that bad,
Yeah.
but still,
What's the possession?
they didn't show possession here.
They should have offensive zone
No,
time.
but you look at the shots, 31 against 20. That's
Yeah.
not too bad.
No, it's
Like
not.
last game against Philly, the shots were like, I don't know what was the end of the count, but it was really
Yeah.
the Canucks
well,
were trailing back by a lot.
In part, I think the Philly game, we have definitely an excuse with the reffing. I mean, it was just, we needed a shift in momentum, and we never got the power play when we were getting hacked at. And so players just got frustrated.
Yeah, and I think that momentum was coming with the Garland goal that should have counted because that's not an interference.
Mhm.
That is not an interference.
It's way easier to get one more goal than 2 more goals.
Exactly. And, I mean, that switches the momentum for
Yeah.
sure.
Well,
I mean-
and not, yeah.
But I don't want to give it to the refs. I mean, the game,
I want to give it to the refs.
the Canucks weren't buying into the system.
But do you think that the refs don't have an effect on the game?
They do.
They have a very obvious effect. Every game has a team that has been better or worse by the refs. And no, I don't think any game is equal. But you see, I mean, if you watch the last playoffs, you would see Vegas. All like if they went to 7, they would get all 7 games were favored by the refs. I think there's something going on behind the scenes.
Okay.
It's genuinely not
think
even close.
it's a
sometimes.
lazy excuse just to give it to the refs
Well-
and say,
Well, no,
we lose because of the refs. No.
But
I
we
do-
did.
We lost.
I genuinely
we
think.
lost that game because the Canucks weren't playing the system that
Yeah,
Tuckett
but-
wants them to play.
But
He even said-
when you're in the penalty box, the whole game. Okay, another example. Well, our guys were getting punched in the face,
Yeah.
and they would go 4-4. That's not fair,
Yeah.
right?
That's just
And then if the Canucks guy got angry and gave a little shove, then the Canucks guy goes in the box in his 2-minute power play. Like it wasn't being fairly called,
no.
and so I don't know. Like I don't know if this is just something I have because I played hockey, but there are some games where you're just literally your hands are tied behind your back. You can't win because of the refs. The refs have a huge impact on the game.
I think that refs, well, humans, have a favorite team. And I think that even though they're supposed to be biased and in the middle, there's always going to be a little part of them that wants to see their team win. And sometimes that might play into effect without them knowing on certain calls. I don't think that there's anything more than that. I think that, but I do think there's something there because there always will be. But like you said.
But I think the reason why
Yeah.
the Canucks lost against Philly is because of the system.
I think that if you take away the reffing, it would have been a 2-2 game. Maybe even a 2-1 game for the Canucks.
But if the Canucks played how Tocchet wanted them to play, it would have been a 3-1 for the Canucks.
Well, no,
Because
not
tell
when
me,
you get one power play
Who
all
did you
game.
like besides Demko?
Certainly not the refs.
Right? Like, there was not a single player that was trying to make the difference besides Demko.
It's hard to skate uphill, though.
You cannot just, like, there's going to be games like that. Not only in the regular season,
I know
but
there's-
also in the
for
playoffs.
sure,
You need to get ready for that.
But I'm saying there shouldn't be games like that. And you know what? I know I'm a Canucks fan, but it seems like it happens more often than not on the other side.
Get used to it then.
Yeah, but we will never be able to win
Okay.
if
The
we
Canucks-
don't get fair calls. We'll never be able to win. The Canucks, of all teams, will never be able to win. Like, we can barely win on our own. And then you throw in bad reffing, then obviously we're going to score 0 goals in a game.
I think you need to make yourself. You need to give yourself some arguments for your team to win. And last game, your Canucks weren't giving enough arguments to win. And besides the refs,
But okay, here's an argument. Your guy gets slashed in the foot on the breakaway, and he's given no penalty. Like, he loses possession because he gets hacked at, and there's no.
Oh my
there's no,
gosh, that
there's
was
no
a
penalty shot.
beautiful
that was,
Yeah.
by Tyler Myers.
Tyler Myers. What a star. Holy.
Like you would see Sean Couturier got slashed on the breakaway. He got a penalty shot. He scored on it.
Yeah. Okay.
Without that, it would have been a 1-1 game. Or sorry, it would have been a 1-0 game.
Okay.
The Garland goal, should that not have counted? His stick was on the puck, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and now you have 1-1. And that's not even mentioning the fact that the Canucks basically didn't get a power play all game. They got one.
Yeah.
And
they didn't score.
Philadelphia got way more. But just taking away just 2 of those, you have a 1-1 game.
Sure. No, yeah, I'm not denying that the
That's
refs played a role in the results of the game. But let's talk about positives. What do you think about what takeaways you have from the game last
against
Wednesday
Philly or
against Philly? Positive takeaways. For me, number 1 has to be the penalty kill.
The positive takeaway for me is goaltending. I think at the end of the day, if we can get annihilated in shots like that, and Demko can only let 2 in, make some highlight reel saves, I think that's a good takeaway.
For sure.
I
What else?
didn't even watch the game, to be
No, I
completely
know, I
honest
know.
with you. It was great.
But the fight was good, eh?
Yeah. No, okay, well, I did on my drive. Okay, if we got nothing to talk about, on my drive up here, I was thinking of what can we do to captivate the audience.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Now, football does this a lot, but every time there's like a halftime show or there's something, a little, there's a little break on the ice. You just get two fans from the seats, and you get them to do one race around the track.
We're not racing around the studio.
No, one race around the track on the.
He's talking about a game.
Oh,
the
he's talking
ice.
about
But
I'm telling you.
they do things like that.
player
During a hockey game.
Yeah, but I want to see
Or a
people,
fan.
fans.
Yeah, well, they do that.
that skate around the ring.
Yeah.
Last Canucks
Or
game,
they do
had a
shots.
blindfolded girl, and then the fans had to guide her to like a certain spot.
Yeah,
in the
that one
ice.
was kind of easy. I've also seen. Well, I think even in the same game, a guy had score. He got 3 chances to score from the blue line. Then 2 chances to score from center ice.
How have I never seen all the games I go to? It's nothing.
Because I don't know.
I don't know.
Just unlucky.
Like I want to see some old guys try and skate around
Yeah.
for free tickets. You know what I'm saying?
And also, a lot of the times they'll get like a minor hockey team to have like a little scrimmage in the middle.
You're kidding.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
so fun.
There's like viral clips where like, yeah.
I got to play when I was a kid.
Yeah, sure you did.
No, I'm being serious. I was 6.
Yeah, we're gonna pull a clip right here.
Yeah. No, yeah, that happens
Been
already.
done
All
dirty.
right. Maybe it'll happen. When's our next game we're going to?
The 27th, I think there's a game against the Blues.
I'm going to one on the 31st. Got a little fun deal with UBC.
Oh yeah, who are they
Nice.
playing against?
Oh, university.
I have no idea who they're playing against. To be honest.
Student night.
But they're
yeah,
they're wearing the skate jersey, I believe.
against.
And we'll be getting a $20 food voucher.
Is it a game against Buffalo?
I don't know, but that would be amazing because I love Buffalo.
I can find out right here.
If I could see one team that I haven't seen already, I mean, I saw a Vancouver-Toronto game. That was really exciting. I think a Vancouver-Ottawa would be really fun.
Ottawa, yeah.
Against
Yeah.
Nashville,
You really hate Nashville Predators.
do I hate them?
You don't like them.
Well, they're like,
I don't.
I look at a team that just lost Duchesne, Johansson. They lost a bunch of their players for nothing. They don't have a good team. They don't have prospects. And like they have a few like 23, 24-year-old guys on the come up, but and then they get Ryan O'Reilly. Like why should they not be trying to go for a good pick, which they haven't had in a while? Like they don't have, I don't know, they're just trying to finish 23rd every year, it seems. I don't understand it. I think that's one thing I don't like about Nashville is their jerseys. Another thing is I don't like their style of management or their coaching style. 1, 2, 3. That's why I don't like.
That's what I'm saying. Because last episode you said that you didn't like the jerseys that they wore.
Yeah. I think also last episode I was talking about them in the preseason or 2 episodes ago.
Yeah.
Which was pretty bad.
Next thing.
Next thing,
On ice cheerleaders.
on ice cheerleaders.
Let's go. Some aerial acrobatics.
You mean figure skating?
Like during the game or
like a
halftime?
commercial break or something, you know,
so
just
like
get on there and do
you
some
get, like,
crazy stuff.
The Stanley Cup Finals, you get like Patrick Chan, all-time figure skater. You get him to go out there and do.
How do you know this?
Couple twirls.
You don't know who Patrick Chan is?
No. Do you know Patrick
I
Chan?
don't know. I heard he was on Dancing with the Stars or something.
You know what, you guys? That's a Canadian legend.
Okay.
He's a Canadian legend, and you don't know who he
right
is.
now. So you see how it's a commercial break, no one's on the ice. You got a couple figure skaters going around.
I will say they do have to do it right away because they need the ice to be in good condition.
Yeah,
for the
they
game.
do the little
Zamboni.
shoveling.
Yeah.
Well, not shovel.
What do you mean?
Zamboni. They shovel in between whistles,
Yeah.
like when they go to commercial break. But once it's the intermission, they do the Zambonis.
Yeah, so you just see some guy doing a twirl right there. That'd be sweet. Like little mini games and stuff.
Fun take. I heard you talking a little bit before the episode about this guy named Rasmus Anderson. Care to suggest your takes on that?
I think he is a crucial player.
A crucial player.
I think he's a little underrated. I mean, I got
Underrated.
shot down with some stats, but I mean, like, I still think he's a pretty solid player for their team. I don't know what you think, Gerardo, there, but
Well,
I'm with you.
like, I think he's
Yeah.
underrated. Jasper is hating on me for saying that.
yeah, I think he's a top 4 defenseman that they're playing top 2. Like they don't. Calgary doesn't have an elite defenseman.
Okay,
like-
but there's
like
a reason
Hughes
why
or
he
anyone.
gets
What
minutes.
about Chris
though.
Tannen?
It's like. Why would you even say that? They don't have one of those great players. It's like if not Hronek's better than Anderson. It's like I'm trying to think of a good Canucks reference, but I don't think the Canucks have a player quite like him. But I don't know. He's just not that good. He's not that good. He gets a lot of minutes, and he gets first line power play, so he gets lots of points. That's why people think he's underrated, but he's not that good.
talking about defensemen, we're watching Friedman's debut with the Canucks. The guy's been invisible.
Invisible, yeah. Which I don't mind as a defenseman.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
If you're playing third line minutes. I mean, I think Jolson and a couple other defensemen are visible for the wrong reasons.
yep.
And you don't like to see that.
Well, it's not a flashy position.
Hear me out. I think the best defenseman we've seen play in that position is Hirose.
He made a couple mistakes
Okay,
the
but
first game.
Just imagine you're playing in your first game in the NHL and you make one or two mistakes, and now you got a guy on a podcast just ripping you to shreds, not liking your game.
I'm just saying, like, the first game is crucial because we've never seen him before. So if you go out and make a mistake, that's how you're going to be known.
And it wasn't his first game either. He played last season.
Do you know Florida's coach, Paul Maurice?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just had a clip talking about some of his young players' first games, and you know what he tells them? He said the first game is not shouldn't be judged as highly because you're there for your family who got you there, your coaches, everyone who helps you out, and really you're just there. You know, you should be nervous and you should be trying to have fun with the game, not trying to play systems down to 100% in your first game. It's not reasonable.
Wise words.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean,
But at the same
I agree
time,
with
they're
that.
professionals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's your job.
Yeah.
Like, you can have fun doing your job, but
You're getting paid
you're getting paid to
millions
perform a
of
certain
dollars.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, I see a problem with the Canucks community, actually. I'm going to call myself and everyone out.
Our
Well,
audience.
Our audience and ourselves. And, yeah, we will get a player,
Mm-hmm.
like the defenseman that we just got, who's a nobody. We overhype them to a position where they're not. He's like a 7th, 8th, 9th defenseman.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden he's playing on the Canucks and everyone thinks he's so good because everyone's reported on him. Oh, I can't wait to see this guy play. He's not that good. He's not expected to be that good. So why do we overhype him? We do that with all the players. Every new player.
I think that's every team, though, because you're hopeful about a trade or a deal or
Yeah, but not to the extent that
the Canucks.
the
do.
Canucks do it. The Leafs also do it. You put way too much pressure on the players. Way too much.
Well, that's the Canadian market. That's why some players are not happy to
Yeah.
play in Canada.
Well, the
'cause-
thing is, like, we traded for Lafferty, and he played in the home opener like a day later. There was no hype. There was no hype surrounding him, and he played phenomenally. Played way better than anyone else.
well,
that
if you
we
hype
traded for.
Lafferty, you have problems.
Well, the defenseman that everyone's hyping right now is worse than Lafferty. He's way worse. Lafferty played for the Leafs. Come on. It's got to count for something.
So, bouncing back on having fun while you play, how
Yeah.
do you feel about customizing your appearance as, let's say, different colored tapes on your stick, or you wear, let's say, a Santa hat on a warm-up? How do you feel about that?
I mean, that's just adding, as Coach Shippey would say, style and flow.
Yeah.
Style and flow.
All for it.
I'm all for that, actually.
Yep, same.
You want to do anything, go ahead. I will say, I think I know where you're headed with that. I don't think teams should be involved with customizing your appearance and warm up. If you want to do a Veterans Day, that's fantastic. Nobody's opposed. But if you want to do something controversial, don't put pressure on your players.
Yeah.
You're going to lose fans. You might even upset players. Or even worse, your fans get upset at your own players.
Yep.
100%.
It's playing with fire.
And for those who don't know what I'm talking about, there was a recent ban on Pride tape on
Yeah.
your hockey stick,
Yeah.
which personally, I think they shouldn't have to ban it because you shouldn't want to do it
Whoa. Why?
because it's hockey. You
Oh,
can do it. You can do it off
whatever.
ice.
Yeah, okay, but you can do whatever you want. Like, you can wear a pride bracelet to work.
Sure, but
Should
it's a
you?
professional
It's their
setting.
job. Yeah, but in a professional setting, they're required to wear a suit and look professional to the game. There's nothing wrong with customizing your tape. If it was Canada Day, if they played during the summer, and it was Canada Day, and they wore Canada tape, nobody would be getting offended at them.
I look at it, just keep away politics out of entertainment and
Yeah, but
sports.
that's not necessarily politics.
It is.
I don't know.
What is it then?
I'm all for players doing whatever the heck they want. I don't think we should be judging a person based off of what they want to do.
100%.
If a team is pressuring a player to push some political thing, that's bad. But if a player wants to go there and wear whatever, I don't.
Right, but
Let them do it.
if everybody just had white tape,
If
there would be no problems. There would be no.
there
nobody
aren't
would,
any problems. People have problems because teams put pressure on the players.
Yeah, you have.
There aren't any problems with players wearing whatever they want.
Then you have players like Provorov that refused to wear the jersey, and then he got
Yeah,
bashed
exactly.
in social media by the media and like the NHL.
So I think I have nothing against it. I think though that if they never did it to start with, there wouldn't be any negative nor positive to come from it, and we wouldn't be talking about it.
So we don't need it.
So we don't need it.
Yeah, but if a player wants to do it, I don't think he should be penalized. Also, they fine all these young guys because they don't want to wear a helmet during warm up.
That's dumb.
It is dumb. If a player wants to do it, why do you have to do it? Let me bring something else up. It's kind of like how UBC now has this thing where I have to have 2FA on all of my things, and I have to download an app and do a bunch of weird sign-ins. Just if I know my password, I know my password. Let me into my account. Like if a player doesn't want to wear a helmet during warm up and he catches a puck because it went off the crossbar, that's his decision. He's not going to come and sue the NHL. So why does the NHL have anything to say about that?
Bedard didn't wear a helmet, right?
He
in his
didn't,
warm-up.
no.
And he forgot his stick.
He forgot his stick for
Did
sure.
you watch that? Like he was like walking down the tunnel and then like he just turned around.
Yeah, I mean the poor
Came
kid
back
was
from-
probably really. There was so much pressure on him.
He's getting a lot of pressure. Yeah.
He's getting bullied out there.
Yeah.
People are
And then
like,
people are complaining that he's scoring only like once and he hasn't scored ever since. And
We scored one wraparound goal. Again, Bedard is really a really good player, but he's playing on a really bad team.
and
So,
he's playing in the NHL. Like people.
yeah, the
it's
best
insane.
league.
Yeah. Like
He's not going to come in and be better than
No,
McDavid.
here we go.
Oh.
Here we go. Come on.
Oh
Oh,
my
my
God.
gosh.
Let me pull a max. Can I get the possession stats? Probably like 2% for the Lightning.
Yeah, not
Okay.
funny.
All
It's
right.
true though, because look what just happened.
Offensive zone.
Whatever, dude.
Yeah, I think Besser. I'm predicting another Besser goal. Score.
Score.
Really?
You're predicting for what? This game?
What would you?
This game,
What
yeah.
would you do for that? What are the odds?
I will eat my hat.
If he doesn't, that's bad. That's not
Here we
good.
go. We're just gonna watch
I
this
think
face off
the
right
I think
quick.
the Canucks will score again.
They have to.
We hope so.
They've been
Don't know how I feel about that draw.
okay. Well, they didn't miss that one, or they missed that one, but they've been making more.
I like the
winning
pressure in the
faceoffs.
offensive zone. There you go.
Myers almost banging in another one.
Hey, Myers. Not too bad after all.
Here we go.
Shoot.
No,
Oh yeah. Oh, this is
they're just.
this is not.
I mean,
fun to
sometimes
watch.
just get too fancy with the passes.
The problem is we're playing mediocre.
I wouldn't say
No,
mediocre.
we're playing fantastic.
Look at that.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah, that's fantastic.
We just did that against the Kucherov line, though. You know.
Yeah. I'm happy that Patterson's playing like this shutdown role against the top lines.
Yeah.
I think
Your 120 points. Do we want to talk about that? We made the
he's
bet
on,
live.
He's on pace for that, or at least he was.
Matthews is also on pace for like 162 goals or whatever.
Gretzky, I don't know him. Like
Yeah.
Austin Matthews.
Austin
Would you
Matthews.
agree with me that he's the second best player in the league right now?
No.
Who would you have in front of him?
Draisaitl, Nathan McKinnon.
Draisaitl and McKinnon.
I don't know. It's really, really difficult when Matthews plays with Marner. It's really difficult. And then on the
Yeah, and also would be
and then the power play goals. I mean, the Leafs have such a lethal power play. Like all the players that are playing on that unit are really ridiculously good, and then their second unit's pretty decent as well. So it's really hard to measure skill when you're playing with such good playmakers.
Yeah, but I don't think Draisaitl can play the same without McDavid.
Well, most of the time they don't play on the same line.
But he gets most of his points in the power play.
I don't know. I think there's a lot more to hockey than like his offensive awareness and playmaking ability is ridiculously good. I mean, he's not the strongest skater. Like, you won't see him getting a breakaway.
But you've seen Austin Matthews evolve into a two-way player, a really good two-way player.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think people get enough credit to Austin Matthews about that.
Okay, well, Jasper, what do you think?
defense
What do you
too.
think is more important in a player? Do you think it's strength, speed, and agility, or do you think it's knowledge on how you're playing and what plays to make during that time?
Knowledge. I mean, there's a reason that Ian Cole hasn't been scratched a single game this season.
It's the hockey IQ.
He's not an incredible player, but he's got all that IQ. If you look at Wayne Gretzky didn't really have any pizzazz about him, and he just knew the game of hockey. Same with Sidney Crosby, and you do see it with, the greats. And I think right now, besides Crosby, I think Draisaitl has the best hockey IQ.
But I think it depends on the player, because you have Gretzky. His Dallas.
That was bad timing.
I can't believe that just happened.
Oh.
Okay, it was a save.
So you have
we're good.
Gretzky.
It looks like he
He's
got a
not
penalty.
physically gifted, so he used his hockey IQ to become the best player he could.
Well,
And now-
he is physically gifted, but not more so than players in general. I'll say that.
yeah, sure. He's physically gifted to play in the NHL, but he's not compared to other NHL players.
Oh,
And
we
then
got,
you
we got a penalty on that, right?
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Right,
Yeah.
That had to have been a trip. Right there.
Yeah, they definitely.
Rough.
That was bad.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyways,
Good call.
And then you have a player like Ovechkin, right? He's not so smart in hockey IQ, but
Yeah.
he uses his physicality,
Strength and shot.
right?
Although
so I
his
think it depends
shot-
on the player.
I don't know.
so are there any young guns out there that you think have
Zach Benson.
good IQ?
Oh, fantastic
Zach
IQ.
Benson.
That's what I've been saying. Like when multiple scouts and coaches and everything comment about that about an 18-year-old, like a just turned 18-year-old, he's going to be a phenomenal player because that it only grows, right? And there's a difference between hockey knowledge in
Oh my gosh.
We're not playing good. We're
Vancouver
not.
sucks.
Okay, there's a difference between hockey knowledge in
Come on.
all different leagues, right? You can have a lot of the times you see someone's really good in the WHL, but then they come over here, and it's because it is realistically a harder and much different style of hockey.
Oh, of course.
So I don't know that, and that in part is why I think you should get the young guns in the NHL. If you have a really good prospect, you might as well play them.
Yeah, I mean, start them.
Start
As
them-
fast as you start them, the more they actually know how to play the game.
Exactly.
What a guy like.
The more they'll just be smart.
What about a guy like Podkolzin?
Oh,
He got the chances in the NHL, and he's
no, but never really. If you put Podkolzin on a line with Kuzmenko and Pedersen, if you put him on that first line, he's gonna produce pretty decently, and especially if you say, hey, no pressure.
he played with Miller.
What's going on here?
Oh,
Oh, broken glass.
he played with Miller and Besser for a long time.
Miller is good and he can hold his own weight, but he doesn't make other players better like Pedersen does. I honestly think if you have a play. But Podkolzin doesn't have as much potential as other players do.
Yeah, but I think some players you need to keep them in the A and let them find their game, because, like you were saying, all the leagues are different, so you need to learn how to translate your game from the Q to the NHL, and it's a transition process, like from the Q to the A to the NHL. By the time you play in the NHL, you're a better player.
Yeah, it is definitely a mix, especially if you play in the Q, which is one of the worst leagues in minor hockey. If you play, like, getting first line minutes in the AHL would be extremely beneficial, because it would just be a transition year. And I would rather play Podkolzin first line AHL than first line AHL than fourth or third NHL. That's not necessarily what I'm saying. Like, there are definitely different roles you play in different spots on the lineup. But yeah, do you think we're gonna win?
It's not looking great.
No, it's not. Did you put money on it?
$5.
You gonna lose everything?
Well, yeah, I bet on the Canucks.
Did you also bet on them in the parlay?
No.
Okay.
That parlay is not looking good either.
Yeah, well,
I have no idea what any of the scores are, so.
Tampa's looking really good.
I miss the days when they had the thing at the top which would tell you all the different scores.
Yeah. I don't like Sportsnet. Like,
You pay for it.
well, I have to. How else I'm gonna watch the games? I don't support illegal streams.
Neither do I.
Yeah, but you watch ping pong though.
Did you guys pay for the fight?
Yeah, pay-per-view.
Damn, what a scam.
Pay-per-view.
It's not well, you know what? It
Well,
was
that
a
fight
scam.
was a
It
scam.
was a scam.
Was KSI also fighting?
He
He
lost.
was, yeah. He lost and had a hissy fit. He like kicked his screen. Well, KSI,
But all the YouTube boxing is all the same.
and so he actually created that league, the X League or whatever he wants to call it. And
Wait,
it's-
is he better than Logan Paul?
You won against him, but I don't know about that.
Like, is Dylan Dennis or the person that KSI was fighting? Who is
so
better?
in defense, Dylan Dennis is a jiu-jitsu ground specialist. So putting him into a boxing ring, he might not have been a better striker, but on the ground, I think he would have had Logan. Then again,
why would he? Oh, because he's probably paid a
But
lot.
out of
he got over $1 million for that.
out of
for that card.
KSI, Logan Paul, and Jake Paul, I think Jake Paul is the best
100%.
boxer,
100%.
and the guy who takes it more seriously.
Yeah, man.
I think they're all.
To me, it's not fun.
I think it's all not worth it. I can't believe that they are getting more recognition than professional boxers and professional fighters. I think that's a little bit.
You know, I also don't understand. Like, every single fight has its own controversies.
Yeah, exactly. So
Unless you get a knockout. But even sometimes, did they throw the elbow? Did they do this? Did they do this? Like,
well, at the end of the day,
It
they're not
just-
real boxers, so they don't know how to fight. Dylan Dennis, he's a jiu-jitsu ground specialist. Put him in a ring, he's gonna just defend the whole time. I mean, it wasn't expected just because of the way he was talking. But if he didn't say anything, I would have said, yeah, that's exactly what I would have guessed.
Yeah.
Like, he just doesn't know how to strike.
I'm surprised Logan Paul didn't knock him out,
I don't think he's as good as everybody thinks he is.
but he has the reach, and he
Is jacked.
I don't
know where he got those
I'm
muscles
not a
from.
huge fan of those guys.
No. But they bring in a lot of money and a lot of viewers.
Not to me.
Like, imagine there was a celebrity hockey game.
Oh,
Well,
well,
but
Like,
I'm
how
also, like,
soccer, how they bring in
you
all
know
those
what?
guys?
He might be into something.
Like a celebrity hockey game.
hockey game.
Like the guys that actually know how to play and they just come in. It's like they did that with Mr. Beast and soccer recently, right?
Don't say that. It was Sidemen.
Sidemen,
charity
whatever.
match. They do it every year, and it's amazing.
It's amazing,
Well,
right?
and they can also kind of play. I don't know if hockey would work because the skill gap is incredible.
No, if you get the right guys.
I think
that-
there's a lot of people, like a lot of influencers that play hockey.
Yeah.
Or let alone like singers. I think there's because who was
Name me.
Get Justin Bieber
Just,
into
I was
the
going to
mix.
say
yeah.
Justin Bieber. I guarantee Michael Bublé's
Yeah,
touched a
but-
hockey stick in his lifetime. I
You know-
guarantee it.
You know what? I think I can speak on behalf of a multitude of hockey fans. I don't think I would like to see that
Why not?
because
It would bring more
it just,
viewers.
No, it makes me mad when I see someone play worse than I could, if that makes sense.
No,
I pay to watch.
you're just-
There's a different. It's different though.
It's just like
different.
promotional hockey game. Like you get like how many people watch the Sidemen football match?
Yeah, but those guys are better than me, so I don't have an opinion.
Yeah, but they are worse than a lot of people that think like you think about hockey.
Like you're
Yeah,
not.
and that's probably the case for a lot of people who play soccer.
You're not watching it as
But
a
it- but-
professional match. You're watching it because you
Soccer-
follow these guys and you want to see
Yeah,
them
but-
play and get into
But
tussles.
again, it's an incredibly different environment. I mean, hockey. This skill gap is just insane.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's gonna be
Like-
good hockey, but
Oh.
if you that was a good
Come
point.
on, Quinny.
If you make, for example, like before the Stanley Cup, right? Like just make a week full of promotional stuff. Make it an event like the Super Bowl is. You know, like you have celebrity matches, and then you have like
Well, not even that. Like CBC, like locally, we have a lot of like street ball hockey games that go on, right? Like 3v3s. Do you see that in the news? Like if we took that to a bigger audience and even just invited them on, so like before the season, like while preseason's going on, like let's say at one of the rinks they have, you can sign up your block for like a 3v3, like that kind of stuff. I think,
yeah.
I have a better promotional idea.
and that is,
How about we go to the Olympics?
you're not wrong.
Yeah, that would be a much better play in my eyes. That's I don't see a way in the NHL loses in that scenario.
Yeah.
No.
So
Yeah, no.
where are these getting these guys for the Olympic hockey team? Where are they picking them?
From the NHL.
Like-
Oh, if
No,
not-
right now.
No, right now.
Oh, they pick them
From,
usually it's recently retired
Or amateur.
and yeah and lower leagues.
Yeah.
And I feel like if they put the word out there on actual NHL players,
Oh, it's happened before.
people would
2010.
want to come do that.
You know,
Yeah. But the
and
NHL doesn't want
also,
it.
they like, you know how the World Cup there was, it's Messi versus Ronaldo. It's probably their last year. This 2026, Sidney Crosby, Ovi.
Mm.
If they make it that far, that'll be their last hurrah.
Yeah.
And to be honest, even if they aren't as good as the next best player, they'll probably play those guys for the hype.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, good to have veterans on the team, but I wouldn't see a world in which a 40, maybe 2-year-old Ovi doesn't want to play.
Yeah.
But anyways,
He hasn't scored in
there's-
how many games now?
like 3.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not
Fine.
looking good.
Not looking good for Ovi.
Oh, let's go.
See Hoglander again. He's the one trying.
Oh, I've
Now-
always appreciated Hoglander's effort levels.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness,
we
that was a
go.
hard pass.
He does have that dog in him.
Now, do you think that the NHL, is it because they don't make enough money? They don't make money off
No,
of the
they're
Olympics.
just-
That's why they don't want
the,
to.
That's part of it, I believe.
I
We got a
think
fight right here.
I think they don't realize how much money they're getting from the Olympics.
I
Yeah.
think
Oh, no, like it's not going to be upfront right away.
Yeah, but they want upfront money from the Olympics,
Right.
And I don't understand okay, from the Olympics perspective, it's the most watched Winter Olympic sport. Nobody's watching them alpine ski. Like not very many people watch that. A lot of people tune in for the hockey.
yeah.
World on world hockey.
Might be the NHL PA as well.
Oh yeah, no, I'm saying, but it's good for both sides. So why don't
Mhm.
they just do it?
It's the NHL,
Anyways.
the NHL PA. Well, you're wrong.
So yeah, I knew it. I didn't want to
Is
say
it?
it before I searched it up, but the most watched in the USA is figure skating, ski jumping, speed skating, and then bobsleigh.
I'm gonna put that out there. It's probably in the recent years. That's 2022. Yeah, there were no NHL players.
Look it up. 2010.
Look up 20. Yeah, look
Okay,
up
let's find out.
2010.
2010 is gonna be hockey for sure.
Even 2014, Sochi. That was so. You got the whole nation of Russia watching there.
Wow, skiing.
No,
Oh.
I don't believe that.
Hockey, well, skiing is a huge part of the Winter
Yes.
Olympics.
But I don't believe that 2010 was more people watched skiing than hockey.
Hockey is up there. It's just people don't tune in to the Olympics for hockey. Sure they do. A lot of people do, but it's mainly to see the stuff that you don't normally see online. I think.
Searching Canada because that's the U.S.
I think that it's a good way to see other sports and to see your country participate in those sports.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Canada does well in a lot of Winter Olympics, but not a lot of Summer Olympics. What time are we at? Oh, we're running
51.
out.
This is gonna be a weird one.
This is going to be a very interesting episode.
Yeah.
Apologies to the...
To the 5 listeners,
Nah, it's chill.
let's chill.
We need a goal here, though. Max, do you have any other questions for us?
That was offside.
And out of play. Why are they all cheering?
Rivalries. What's your favorite rivalry in hockey? Do you think we should make more rivalries like in England, like Manchester United against Liverpool, like those ones?
My favorite rivalry. That's a really weird question. I
Or-
mean, I think even though I don't like either of the teams, Battle of Alberta is quite the popular one.
I would have to say that's one of the top rivalries in
Exactly.
But
hockey.
I think my answer is Toronto versus Montreal.
What
Montreal.
about Boston and Montreal?
Hear me out. Boston's hated by everyone. So you could say Boston and Vancouver. You could say Boston and Toronto. Teams I cheer for hate them. So I don't know. I
True.
generally just cheer against them.
But yeah, the Battle of Alberta. I mean, that playoff round in 2 years. Was it 2 years ago? Yeah, 2 years ago. It was amazing. Yeah. I
Yeah.
wanted to go to one of those games. So expensive.
Well, when Canucks hit playoffs this year,
The Battle of Alberta. What?
Yeah, Brandon. I think you were there. We were
You
discussing.
wanted to
yeah,
go?
we were
like-
discussing
we
that.
were
Yeah,
discussing going to
Yeah.
Alberta. Yeah, not
Make
not
a
go
trip
to
just to
Rogers
see.
Arena to watch it.
Yeah, it was
No.
Yeah. No, yeah, going to Alberta and watch the game.
I really hope the playoffs come to Rogers Arena though.
I really
will.
hope so. I think Vancouver gets
we're
really
young guys.
into the playoffs.
We're young
I-
guys.
Yeah.
It'll come.
I think this year. I mean, how they're playing.
Well, yeah.
maybe not.
If we went off what they're playing right now, is trash.
2-2. Are we gonna write them off for
I'm
today?
not writing them out. Writing it.
I think I
writing them
might
out.
just write them off for today.
Yeah, today's.
Art Ross.
Yeah, this is not looking good. In fact, I don't even want to watch the rest of the game.
Whoa.
No, I'm just kidding. But there's no way we can make a comeback from this.
Yeah.
Let's get
Again,
Pedersen.
they are not buying in.
I like systems, but sometimes you just didn't have it.
If this
They
team is
could
gonna,
they could buy in all they want, and sometimes you just don't get it.
if this team is gonna be successful, it's because of the system, not because of the players and the eyes.
Wow, you really just hate Vancouver, don't you?
No,
Where
I think they have a good core.
I think that you're valuing systems way too high. I think.
No, you saw it against.
Okay, look at that. Come on.
I'm not
it's
they have a good core.
The most elite.
They have what they need to build a successful team. They have Pedersen, Hughes, and Demko. And the situation, like Benning, what Benning did to the team is put him in the worst situation imaginable.
What would you think if we traded away Garland
Mm-hmm.
and got Patrick Kane?
No, we need a right defenseman. Why would you get Patrick
Which
Kane?
right defenseman are you going for? I have an answer in mind.
I don't know. I'm not a scout.
Come on, boys.
Yeah.
Who
I
was
mean,
that?
They just don't want to win. No.
I
no.
literally forgot we were doing a podcast for a second there. I was just watching. Anyways, yeah.
Oh, what's Hughes?
Should we call it there?
I think so.
All right.
I mean, they're not coming back.
Thanks for tuning
Yeah, I
in.
mean, screw it. We're
Yeah.
out of here.
We're
Yeah.
out of here.
All right.
Vancouver sucks.
Peace out.
See you next time. Chowder.
Oh.
It's because I'm the only one.
Game time! Game time!